Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Good afternoon. 2 thumbs up from Skippy. It's a red letter day. Look at us go. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway. It's certainly a treat to have NASCAR back in Middle Tennessee, and we're excited to be here during Father's Day weekend. The centerpiece of the race schedule, of course, is the inaugural sold-out Ally 400 NASCAR Cup Series race, which will take the green flag tomorrow just after 2:30 p.m. Joining us today to chat about tomorrow's event and how we got here today are 3 special guests. We have first Erik Moses, who was named Nashville Superspeedway's president last August and quickly got to work implementing a plan to renovate the Nashville Superspeedway, build a highly capable team, and to make Nashville Superspeedway a value member of the Middle Tennessee community. Erik has been a constant presence throughout Middle Tennessee. He's reintroduced the Superspeedway, and he shared his vision and the company's values at community events, in media interviews, and in meetings with potential partners, sharing the story of how this jewel of a racetrack is back to host America's best drivers. Also joining us, Andrea Brimmer, the Chief Marketing and Public Relations Officer at Ally Financial. Andrea leads a team of 150 marketers. She's guided Ally's brand to double in value every year for the last 3, and is a 2-time Marketer of the Year honoree by the Financial Communications Society. And finally, last but definitely not least, we have the driver of the number 48 Ally Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Alex is in his 7th season in the NASCAR Cup Series, and he has 2 Cup wins this year at Richmond and Dover. That is Nashville Superspeedway's sister track, which helped Hendrick Motorsports reach the all-time Cup Series victory mark. Plus, he made some news. We'll get to that in a minute. Erik, first, we'll begin with you. Can you tell us about how the track's relationship with Ally began?
Yeah, we are fortunate to have had a, is this thing on? Okay. Fortunate to have had a relationship with Ally at Dover. Everyone is aware of Ally's relationship and investment in NASCAR and in our sport, and their support of the iconic number 48 Chevrolet. And so we were thrilled to find out that they were interested in talking to us about the entitlement of our Cup Series race when things first got started, in fact. And so it's been a fantastic partnership, and we're lucky to have them.
Well, for those of us that have been here before and we returned, we noticed a lot of changes around the track. Can you discuss what has taken place here since you first visited the property and you took the reins of the Speedway?
Yeah, it's almost like night and day. We have spent and invested in the range of $8 to $10 million to really bring this venue up to speed. As you all know, we ceased operations in 2011. The world has changed quite a bit in the last 10 years, and expectations of fans have as well. So big fiber installation, Wi-Fi installation. The building you're sitting in now has undergone quite a bit of work. Our care center has been redone. Our tower suites have been redone. Lighting, sound system, just about everything you can name. There are very few spaces on this campus that have not been touched as we've gotten this place ready to be reborn, if you will.
Now, I know that being a strong supporter of the Nashville community has been of great importance to you and your team, and I know that's critical to Ally as well, and a big part of this partnership.
Yeah, the great thing about having wonderful partners is they care about what you care about. And so we knew how important it was to get out into the community and to earn back the support of folks in Middle Tennessee and in the region. And Ally is committed to that as well. And to evidence that, when we announced our partnership in January, we started that off with the $50,000 contribution, $25,000 to the Box 55 Association, which provides direct support and to first responders, like the folks who responded to the Christmas Day bombing here in Nashville, and tornadoes and floods and the various other kinds of calamities that happened, and also to the Urban League of Middle Tennessee. And so we started this partnership from the very beginning, showing the community how important we think they are, so that when we support them, hopefully they'll also support us.
Thank you, Erik. We appreciate what you've done with the Speedway. Andrea, we'll move on to you. What can you tell us about how this relationship with Nashville Superspeedway has grown since the race was first announced in January, and the importance of being, how you say, an ally to the fans and residents of Middle Tennessee?
Yeah, thank you. Well, first, I think the opportunity to partner with Erik and his team has been incredible for us. We look for partners that exhibit the same values that we do. Erik talked about the donations that we're making together. which we're really honored to do, and we think that's a great way to give back to the community. But beyond that, Erik is just a disruptive thinker. He's very progressive, and we love the fact that we've got this opportunity to be here and be at this track for the first time that they've raced in a long time and do some really interesting things. So we're doing a lot of fun stuff out in the midway there. We've got a lot of good things happening all weekend for the fans, and it's a big emphasis for us to have everybody come in and have a great time.
This is the first time that Ally has been an entitlement partner of a NASCAR Cup Series race. Why was that important for Ally, and why was it important to be in Nashville?
Well, I think a couple of reasons. One, we really want to grow our footprint in NASCAR. We came in, in 2018 into the 48, great organization with Hendrick Motorsports. We were so excited when, when Alex came into the car, and he has been an incredible ambassador for Ally and is having a great season. We're super proud of him. And for us, we just wanted to expand our roots into NASCAR. And so to be able to have an entitlement of a race, and especially in this city, which is just so vibrant and growing and gives us the opportunity to do so many things that are disruptive, like our brand is, was a no-brainer.
Well, we're glad you're here, and thank you for your involvement here at Nashville Superspeedway. Let's bring in the driver of the number 48 Ally Chevrolet. And, of course, Hendrick Motorsports has been stealing a lot of headlines lately. 4 straight wins and points-paying races coming in here this weekend. That streak started with Alex's win at Dover when Hendrick went 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you give us a little overview of what life is like over at Hendrick Motorsports in that 48 car right now?
Yeah, definitely. To be honest with you, Andrea said all I have to say is that Ally is the best partner ever and Andrea is the best CMO ever. That's what she said when I got up here. But I guess I can expand on that a little bit. It's been a great time to be a part of Hendrick Motorsports, and we've come so far in the last couple years. Obviously, we had a couple years we struggled more than we would have liked, and nobody gave up. Everybody in that entire organization from top to bottom has continued to improve each and every week, and this year, it has been phenomenal. We started the year strong, and we've continued to up our game and build really fast race cars each and every week. So to have 2 wins already on the 48 side, a bunch of wins for the company overall, to take the lead on the all-time wins list, it's been a phenomenal year and a lot of fun.
And that smile is reflective from Andrea there at the end of the table. What's it like to work with a great partner like Ally?
It's been great. Honestly, like when you get the phone call from the boss that you're going to go drive the 48 car and work with Ally, there's like a little bit of nervousness, right? Like it's big pressure working with, a company like Ally, and I didn't know anybody yet, hadn't met people, and it was so relieving to start working with Ally and to meet everybody there. It's been so much fun. The things we've done with best friends, the stuff we did for the paint scheme here, everything, like all the sponsor requirements that you have as a driver have been things that have been really fun and natural and enjoyable. So that's been really cool and something that I've really enjoyed, and look forward to continuing doing for at least the next couple of years.
We're going to open it up for questions. Your questions, if you could state your name and your affiliation, and these 3 wonderful folks will be more than happy to answer your questions. Chase?
Chase Willem, NASCAR.com. I have one for Alex and one for Erik. Erik, Dale Jr. tweeted yesterday when he walked into this place, it looked brand new. He was so impressed. What does that mean to you to be able to have somebody like Dale Jr. come out and say just how well this track looks with all the hard work you and the team have put in?
I would be lying if I didn't say that I smiled when I saw that. It's great to hear that kind of thing from people who are legends in the sport, and from somebody who really values this market as a market for NASCAR. And so, fantastic. We've thankfully heard that sentiment echoed by a lot of people from NASCAR and from our sport over the last couple days, and we're really grateful. It's been a great team effort to be able to get this to look like what you see now.
And Alex, from a driver perspective, what is it like? Are there any nerves for you this weekend racing on a new track? And I know you're a professional, and with what we've experienced in the last year with NASCAR and just going to one-day shows and stuff, I'm just curious what you thought.
Yeah, definitely. To expand on your first question, I walked in and was shocked. I had tested here, I think in 2014 a little bit. And to see where this place is at now is amazing. So hats off to everybody that was a part of that. But yeah, coming into a place that you haven't been to, haven't ever been to with the Cup cars for racing, and I've only tested here twice. And it's such an interesting racetrack. There's a lot of unknowns. It kind of looks like a 1.5 miles, but doesn't really race like a 1.5 miles. It's concrete. There's so many variables. It's not as simple as going to the simulator and plugging it in, because you can't correlate from your past notes. Like, you can't dial the simulator into what's real because you don't know what is real yet. So a lot of question marks until we get on track for practice later today, but looking forward to it. A little extra pressure being the Ally 400, but going to do all we can to park the Ally 48 in victory lane.
Daniel?
Daniel McFadden with FrenchStretch.com. I got one for both of you. Andrea, earlier this month at Sonoma on Alex's car was a decal commemorating Pride Month. I was really wondering why was it important for Ally to have that and show that off on that car? And for Alex, have you received any feedback from LGBTQ fans of yours about that in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I'll start. So for me, having the Pride sticker on there is deeply personal. My youngest son is LGBTQ, and I think that there has been a big focus by NASCAR to increase the amount of diversity in this sport. It's something that Erik and I have talked a lot about, and we'll have a big emphasis on as we go forward here around the Ally 400. And so being able to have that logo on the car was awesome for us, and I'd love to get to the point over time where maybe we can run a Pride scheme at Sonoma, which I think would be awesome, and those are some of the kinds of conversations that we've been having with Alex and the folks at Hendrick. So a lot of push on our part to continue to diversify the fan base that's coming out to the tracks.
Yeah, obviously diversity and inclusion is really important to Ally, but important to all of us here and everybody at NASCAR. So anything that we can do to show that is cool. And as far as seeing things from fans, I haven't really seen a lot of fans in person, but just the support we saw on Twitter and everything was really cool. That's really the only gauge I get these days until I get to the racetrack. It was cool to sign some autographs walking into the garage. I haven't done that in quite a while. So the support I saw on Twitter was really cool.
All right, we'll go to Bob, then we'll go to Lee. Bob, you're up next.
Bob Hockers, Fox Sports. I have a couple. First for Alex. Rick had said this was going to be a formality, but was there any emotion in actually signing the deal? And were you hopeful for more than 2 years? But as a driver right now, is 2 years about the max you can get?
Yeah, that is still twice the length of anything else I've ever had, so I can't complain too much, right? It's really cool to know that Ally has faith in me and Mr. H has faith in me. I think, matching the length of my contract up to Ally's was kind of the goal all around and what was kind of expected and normal. So, yeah, I think, the way the industry is today, there aren't 5-year contracts out there like there used to be, right? So I'm not going to complain too much. I'm driving the 48 for Hendrick Motorsports. It's not so bad.
Lee Spencer, you're up next. After we get the microphone from Bob. Lee.
Lee Spencer, RacingBoys.com. Can you talk, from a marketing perspective, can you talk about how important it is to a brand of your caliber to have somebody such as Alex, who's, actually has a personality, who actually, is well-spoken, bright guy, and a car guy. And I mean, it fits. If you had to sit there and check off a list as to all the things you were looking at somebody, and he wins. I mean, Alex checks all the boxes. I mean, could you have asked for more when going into this partnership?
Yeah, no, I think a great question.
I'm just really, really excited that somebody thinks I have a personality. I can't tell you how exciting that is for me.
I've spent time
You
with
give
you
us great
on
sound
the
bites,
NASCAR
by the way.
track.
Yeah,
Saying.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Woo! You do. It's funny, when Jimmy retired, obviously we spent a lot of time with Rick and the team at Hendrick Motorsports talking about who would be the next driver of the 48. And there were a lot of people that wanted to drive the car. And every conversation, we just kept coming back to Alex. And I didn't know Alex very well. And Rick kept talking about the caliber of a person that he was and how he would do such a great job in representing the brand. And then the thing that I loved, and Alex jokes about the whole personality thing, you know, that was kind of the knock, is he real quiet? Does he have that big enough personality to come into the 48? And we talked really early on, and as soon as I got off that phone call, I called Rick and said, he's absolutely the guy. And, you know, we pride ourselves on having a really honorable brand that respects everybody, that consistently tries to do the right thing. And I think Alex reflects those values in us, and plus he loves dogs like I do, and so between the two of us, we're going to save every dog in this world. So it's awesome having him in the car, and couldn't be prouder to be associated with him and actually call him family now.
Can you see Ally doing any outreach as far as dirt track racing because of his love of dirt track, and you're truly reaching the grassroots fans?
We're doing a little stuff together, aren't we?
Retweet. It's 7 races and like 11 days in July that I'm driving, so stay tuned. It'll be fun.
We're trying to support the things that are important to Alex, and that's a big part of it as well. So he and I spent a lot of time talking about other things that are important in his world, and with Alex Bowman Racing and the things that he's doing there, and that's part of it because we think it's really important for him to know that we have an incredible amount of confidence in him. And you know, he can kind of speak for himself, but I think that's helped him this season to know that when he came into the 48, we didn't want him to be Jimmy Johnson. We wanted him to be Alex Bowman, and we wanted him to be able to reflect his authentic self, and the whole love and passion for cars was a big part of it.
Next quote, we'll get to you in just a moment. This young lady right here first, Nathaniel Ryan of NBC Sports.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Hey, Alex, following up on the length of the deal. So last year you signed a 1-year extension, and now this year it's 2. Why was it 1 last year? Why was it 2 this year? And is it a validation, do you feel like, of your performance that they gave you the extra year?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like somebody way smarter than me has the answer to that. But, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, definitely a validation of how we've run this year. I don't know. I feel like as a team owner with Mr. Hendrick, like, if I got into the car and things weren't going well and Ally didn't like me and all that, you know, they would have needed a change. So that's probably why it was 1 year. If I had to put my team owner hat on, you know, because I'm an experienced team owner now. So, but yeah, no, it's just an honor to get to keep driving for HMS. It's a dream come true to me every day I walk in that place, especially from where I started. So it's just really cool to get to keep doing it.
And having the security of a multi-year deal in Cup for the first time in a championship caliber ride like this one, how does that make you feel about next year with the next gen car and all the changes that you've got that security through 23?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're still going to have to do all you can to figure that next gen car out. It's nice to know that I do have that security, but still doing all I can to be as ready as I can be when that car comes along. I've driven it once, and it's vastly different than what we have now. So it's going to be really interesting to see how everybody adapts, but I love new challenges and new things, new racetracks like this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We'll go to this young lady right here, and then Jenna Fryer of the AP. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Alex. News 2, Kayla Anderson. When we spoke to you guys back at the 2019 banquet, it was just the buzz that getting a race back here would be so exciting. You know, 2 years later, it's here. Is it kind of hard to believe that they made it happen that fast? And what is the emotions, just the excitement from all of you guys just getting a race back to Nashville?
Yeah, it's really cool. That banquet was a blast. You know, all of us probably had quite a bit too much fun, but definitely enjoyed it. And to get to come back here, you know, obviously we're probably going to have a different type of fun than we had at the banquet, but it's cool to be back. To see the transformation this place has gone through is so cool, and I think we're all excited to be here in a new market and at a new racetrack. So hopefully it puts on a great show for the fans, and hopefully we're up front of the show.
Jenna?
Hi, Jenna Fryer, AP. I'm curious, the timeline on Bernard Pollard learning his race day role, and he's got an association with you. Can you tell us what his association is?
Yeah,
We really thought it was awesome that Bernard got so into NASCAR last year, especially around some of the events kind of surrounding Bubba, and again, just trying to be on the forefront of leading this charge around diversity and inclusion. We thought Bernard would be a great ambassador, so we signed a deal with Bernard to be kind of an official ally ambassador in the NASCAR space. And now he's here with us this weekend. He's going to be live tweeting. He's going to be doing different ally events. We've got an event downtown on Broadway tonight with the Thomas Rhett concert. He's going to be down there. And then he found out he's going to be waving the green flag. And if you watched his live tweet, it was pretty funny because he's afraid of heights. So I talked to him the other day, and he said he doesn't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it. I think Erik and his team, we might have had some influence in that, huh, Erik? That's where the reciprocity comes in.
It's a partnership. Yeah.
He got it. Bob tweeted it. That's how he found out. So it was a surprise to him?
That's the natural order of things, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
At least he found out a good thing on Twitter. I mean, my Twitter history has not been so great, so.
Next question, Dave.
Dave Moody, Motor Racing Network and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Alex is a guy who not too many years ago, whose claim to fame was being the official simulator driver of Hendrick Motorsports. Do you, amidst all the competition and next week's race being the most important thing in the world, do you ever have an opportunity to look around and smell the roses and see where you've come from in a fairly short period of time?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been amazing, to go from where 2016 started to ending up here has been pretty incredible. Joke about the Twitter thing, but yeah, getting fired on Twitter and taking a job driving a simulator was shocking for me. So yeah, I think it's really cool to end up here and to have the support of Ally and driving for a team that I never thought I'd get a chance driving for. It's really cool. So I think I definitely get chances to kind of appreciate everything, and I think the things that I went through probably make me appreciate this situation way more than I would have if it would have been easy the whole way. So, yeah, it's been really cool. Hendrick Motorsports is a great place right now. They're letting us race whatever we want to race, pretty much, have all kinds of fun. Like this week, I was in Indy at Raceway Park. I was crew chief for Josh Wise driving a midget for me, which is like a childhood hero driving a race car for me. So I get to do all kinds of cool stuff, and my day job kind of allows me to do that, and it's really cool.
Anybody else have any questions? Andrea, thank you and your team and what Ally are doing in NASCAR right now. Erik, we thank you for you and your team quarterbacking our return to Nashville. And Alex, we thank you for providing us the storylines here in 2021 and giving us stuff to talk about. All the best. Have fun, everybody. Thank you for participating.